Alright, so back in No Man's Sky, and I'm on a bit of a rant with this one. So first things first, we're going to head back to my base because I need to use the portal. So if you look around YouTube and that at No Man's Sky videos, and you're thinking, okay, I really want to get a Class S or S Class, whatever you want to, what you say, one of them. You won't find many videos for that, which is really annoying because that's a fucking good feature in the game. But if you decide that rather than doing that, you'll get an S-Class Starship, there are plenty of videos telling you where you need to go and all this gubbins. And a lot of them will say that the S-Class ship will appear within, like, 5 minutes, or it'll be the first ship that comes along, and bloody fucking blah. And there was one that I saw where, not in the title, but in the thumbnail, it said guaranteed. Okay. Well, let's go to one of these systems, which is stated that, yep, a fighter is definitely going to show up here. Right, so I hope I put this in right. Right, so that should be it. I'll soon know once we get there, because I've been to this system before. Yep, Pueblos, this is the right one. So I'm in my fighter and I'm looking for an S-Class fighter, and this is the system where I got this one. This is what the S-Class fighter will look like. But as you can see, mine is an A, 36 inventory slots and 11 technology slots. Now if it's an S-Class, it'll be 38 inventory slots and 12 tech slots. I don't really need a large inventory. What I need is enough slots to make sure that I can fit all of the upgrades and all of the weaponry that I want to put on my fighter. As you can clearly see here, I haven't put anything on except the economy scanner, and yeah, there's a reason why I fitted that. We need that fucking thing. Right, so let's launch, and I seem to recall there is a yep, trading post very close by. So we land here. And yeah, basically what we do now is sit and wait for an indefinite period of time. The person who put this here has done it purely to be a cunt. So now we just sit and wait for another ship that looks like my one there but instead of being A36 plus 11 will be S38 plus 12. That looked sort of like it, but no, that's not it. Now, I can tell you straight away that this is a dreadful system for trying to find the particular ship I want. I mean, S-class ships are rare at the best of times, but the right, getting the right one, all these videos that are guaranteeing, oh yeah, you can do it in 5 minutes, it's the first ship that will turn up, are talking utter fucking bollocks. Now actually this isn't the system that I thought it was. It's the right one for getting that ship, but I remember I tried one out, which again I'd seen on a YouTube video, and when I got there, just check the right, so this is the system, advanced. So economy, energy supply / advanced. Okay. Anyway, when I got there, there were two things that told me that it was an awful system to be in to get an S-class fighter. So to explain that, let's go over the basics. Every system in the game generates 21 ships. That's not, 21 ships in total, 21 different types of ship from the procedurally generated content. And those ships are 3 fighters, 3 haulers, 3 explorers, 8 shuttles. Then there is another 3 of a particular type depending on the race that is within the system. So if you're in a Viking system like this one, then it's another 3 fighters. If you are in a Gex system, it's another 3 haulers. And if you're in a Korvax system, it's another 3 explorers. That brings you up to 20. The final one is the exotic. Has that sunk in yet? Every single populated system in the game generates an exotic. So as far as S-class ships, yes, every system is guaranteed to have one. The one exotic. The next thing is what I checked briefly here, which is the economy. Now I've got to admit, I can't remember if advanced is a medium or a high economy level. But if you're in a low economy level, the chances of you finding an S-class ship other than the one exotic is 0%. They do not appear. If you are in a medium economy system, the chances of an S-class, again other than the exotic, appearing is 1%. 1 in 100. And if you are in a high economy system, which gives you the best chance of finding an S-class ship, as well as the exotic, your chances are 2%. That's the best. So 1 in 50. And of course there is no guarantee that you know, 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, depending on the system economy, there's no guarantee that that S-class ship is going to be the one you want. It could be any of them. I mean, you know from seeing the various ships landing that you know, which you know, the 21 types of ship that it could be, but there's no guarantee that it will be like this one. I've just also realised this trading post is not very good because it's so close to a minor outpost. So there's 3 more ships that come in, but they're all a bit crap. I want to go to a better one. Oops. Oh, fuck off. Alright, where's this one? I suppose this is fucking miles away. It's far enough. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, a lot of videos say, right, you need to go to blah fucking blah. It doesn't matter where you go. But the best places to go are trading posts. They have a faster turnaround in terms of the ships that land, and then when the wrong ship does land, which it invariably will, it's a lot faster than the docking station as far as then buggering off again, so that some more ships come along. So even though the docking station has more landing pads, the trading post is by far the better place to go. The other thing is you don't want to be too close to a minor settlement or any other place where ships can land, because a lot of the time the ships may ignore the trading post that you're at and will land at that minor settlement. So when you take all of that into account, the fact that at best you've got a 1 in 50 chance of an S-class of any kind arriving where you are. See, there's an A, 36 plus 10. That's exactly the same as the one I've got, I think. There's mine, 36 plus 11. So in fact that's worse than the one I have. So one did land pretty quickly, but it's nothing like good enough. It's certainly not the S-class that, you know, are guaranteed you're going to get the S-class within like a couple of minutes. It's the first ship that comes along. Fucking bollocks. So like I say, you take all that into account. The fact that, yeah, at best you've got a 1 in 50 chance of an S-class ship arriving. And then for that S-class ship to be the right kind of ship, you know, that you're looking for, especially if, say for example, you are looking for a fighter, but you're in a Corvax system, in which case only 3 of the 21 ships that are generated in this system are going to be fighters of any kind. You realise that these videos that say, oh yeah, you'll get the S-class ship in next to no time, are utter fucking bollocks. And say the worst example for that was one that had in the thumbnail guaranteed. Well, yeah, okay, it could be guaranteed if you are prepared to stand here Because this is all you do. You just stand here and wait for the ship to come along and then hope like fuck it's the right one. By, you know, scanning it. If that's your idea of fun and interesting gameplay, then great, yeah. Because you could be, theoretically, spending days doing fuck all else. Because although, okay, yeah, you could say guaranteed, because it will show up eventually, but the time frame, it is not 5 minutes, and it is not the first ship that comes along. If either of those things happen, then you are unbelievably lucky. And these videos that claim to show that it will take, you know, no time at all, it's the first ship that come along, are made by someone who has either edited it and not told you, or they were unbelievably fucking lucky. But that's all. The worst one was one by somebody called Craze Gaming, and he's the one who made the video with the thumbnail saying guaranteed S-Class fighter. And yeah, amazingly, in that video, he doesn't find a single S-Class fighter anywhere. He finds A class and B class of the design that he wants. Well, yeah, anyone can do that. And then there is something else to consider. If the criteria for finding an S-Class ship, you know, to maximise your chances of finding an S-Class ship, are to be in a high economy system of the that is run by the race that's, you know, will spawn more of your particular ship type that you want. So a Viking system for the fighter that I'm looking for. Well, there are fucking thousands of such systems, and logically you can go to any one of them. Because if it is a case of waiting for fucking hours, days, weeks for one to finally turn up, well, you can do that anywhere. You don't have to go to a specific system, you know, that's shown in a fucking YouTube video. And the other thing, of course, is, I'll say, if you're looking for exotics, I mean, this is even worse. You see videos on YouTube saying, oh, guaranteed exotic. Well, of course you're guaranteed exotic. They're in every single system, even low economy systems, or every single populated system. The only time you won't find one is if you go to a system where, you know, there's no one there. Now, okay, with the exotics, they may not be particularly good. You may only end up with one that has just 15 inventory slots, but then the very best exotics only have 20. They have fantastic stats, but if you want, you know, inventory space, they're a bit on the shit side. So I've got to get my radiation protection back up a bit. So of course you get these videos and you get the comments from people saying, oh, I waited, you know, 2 fucking hours and never saw one. Well, of course you didn't. If you see the particular S-Class ship that you want in less than, say, 45 minutes, you are unbelievably lucky. If you find the particular S-Class ship that you want in under 2 hours, yeah, you're pretty fucking lucky there. And doubtless there will be S-Class ships landing at some point, but there is no guarantee that it will be the right one. There you go, there's the ship type that I'm after. It's a B rated one. 34 slots plus 9 tech slots. It's fucking shit. And that's the, say, on this crazy gaming one, that's the one that he found. He was looking for, well, I don't know if it was this particular one, but it was a fighter that looked quite similar to it. And he was saying, oh yeah, definitely find an S-rated one here. And he was finding B-rated. I think he found one A-rated at some point, and then he was finding C's, but no S's. Isn't that amazing? Mind you, I must admit, he did sort of rub me the wrong way to, you know, right at the start, because his introduction to his video consisted of him saying something like, "What's happening, awesome dudes?" Yeah, me and him are never going to be friends. Yeah, I can say that now. If your way of greeting somebody is to say, "What's happening, awesome dudes?" then yeah, yeah. I'll tell you that if I ever release, you know, upload a video on YouTube where my introduction has me saying, "What's up, awesome dudes?" you can be absolutely certain, this is something that is guaranteed, that by the time the video is finished uploading, I will have slit my fucking throat. So, but I mean, yeah, what I'm doing here, it's as interesting to watch as watching paint dry. But when you're playing the game and doing this, it doesn't even reach that sort of astronomical level of, you know, interest. It's staggeringly boring beyond belief. It is, you know, it's so fucking repetitive. It's extremely frustrating because you are just standing around here doing fuck all. And of course, all these videos that you've probably watched, the saying, "Oh yeah, guaranteed, yeah, you'll find it, yeah." Well, yeah, okay, yeah, you will find it. Like I say, be prepared to spend hours, days, weeks, because, okay, it will turn up eventually, but you have no fucking clue when. And neither does any of these cunts making these videos, especially those that say, "Oh, it'll be the first ship that arrives. Oh, it'll be the, you know, it shows up within 10 minutes. If it doesn't, reload your autosave," which makes fuck all difference. So that's another thing. A lot of them say, "Oh, yeah, reload your save." No, don't reload your save, because if anything, I don't know why I did that, but if anything, it resets the instance, and you could be waiting another fucking age again before your ship may turn up. It might increase the chance of it showing up very early, but are you seriously trying to tell me that you're not going to be getting fucking frustrated and fucking annoyed and fucking bored by the time you have started, say, your 10th fucking reload of your autosave? So it's a fucking shit idea. So these are my tips as far as trying to get an S-class ship. Don't go out of your way and go to a particular system unless you are absolutely obsessed with getting the right kind of S-class ship. Yeah, it must look a certain way. Then, okay, yeah, go ahead and do it. But be prepared for a fucking long, and fucking boring wait, because it is not going to show up right away. And if I was to put in a thumbnail, guaranteed not to show up, let's see how many people are able to say I'm wrong compared to the number of people who were saying that what's his name was wrong by saying guaranteed S-class ship turning up within 10 minutes. The worst thing is, because that this even needs explaining. And once you realise, say, how many ships are generated in the system, and what the the chances of one of those ships being an S-rated S-rated version. Let's see. So, I mean, I'm trying to work it out what the percentage is of not only getting an S-rated ship. So I say that 1 in 50, your 2% chance. That's a 2% chance of any S-rated ship turning up. So that 1 in 50 times 21. That's 200. So that's 250. So you have a 1 in 250 chance of finding the ship you want, the S-rated ship you want, and that is in the system where it most favours you. Actually, no, it's not quite as much as that, because well, no, it is, because you want a ship that has a particular look, so it has to be just one of that particular. The odds are astronomical. So don't go out of your way, especially if you're looking for exotics. Like I say, every single system generates an exotic, so you don't have to go out of your way at all for one of those. They will show up eventually. And they don't take as long as you might think. You just play the game normally. Believe me, an exotic will show up in a docking station probably long before you can afford one. But I mean, S-rated, very specific S-rated versions of the haulers. I mean, I've been unbelievably lucky. I've had 2 S-rated haulers. So I've probably used up all of my luck and then some, as far as getting the best ships that way. And the other thing is that okay, yeah, S-rated ships do have great stats and what have you, and they are obviously all well, apart from the exotics, but the S-rated shuttles, if you really want an S-rated shuttle, explorer, fighter, hauler, they're all guaranteed to have the maximum slots. There's that's by the by, they will always have it. I don't know why some videos have it in the titles, S-rated max slot, as if that's something really rare. They all have max slots. But yeah, the stats are where it matters, and okay, yeah, their stats are better than the A-rated ones. But I mean, I don't think it was going to show you from the scan here, is it? No, I'm going to have to. Oh, okay, jump into it. Actually, no, I can show it in the inventory, can't I? So I mean, like damage 46. Now, obviously, with fighters, the damage is the highest stat. Hyperdrive in fighters is always 0, even in an S-class ship. It's always at 0. In haulers, it's your shields that get the biggest buff in the stats, and in the explorers, it's the hyperdrive range. But the other stats are all pretty much identical. You know, in fact there's no pretty much. They are just the same as if it was an A-rated version. So 36 and 10 again. I know that's not the right kind, but it is a fighter. And in the S-Class ones, that max stat is, it's about, I think it's something like an additional, well, the maximum can be something like, it's either 10 to 15% higher. I think the max is 60%, the bonus can be, and I can't remember in the fighters if the max is, I don't know if it goes up to 50. If it does, then obviously it's only a 10% improvement. So it's not that huge a difference, really. The only time I say that it is worthwhile is in the exotics, because the exotics have the huge S-Class bonus applied to all three. So they have the damage bonus of the fighter, they have the shield bonus of the hauler, and the hyperdrive bonus of the explorer. And that's why there is the big compromise where they only have 20 inventory slots at best, and only, I can't remember if it's 4 or 6 technology slots at best. So I mean, you've seen, at the time I've been standing around here fucking ranting, I've seen, is it 1, 2 of the ships that look like mine, and they were absolute shite. That one that's flying around, I don't think was one of mine. That's a shuttle. That's an explorer. There's that one. I mean, it's obviously, I mean, it's an A-rated, but it's only a small fight. Only a small fighter anyway. 19 slots. It's fucking shit. So yeah. An incredible amount of bullshit surrounds the whole, you know, S-Class ships and videos on how to obtain them. The bottom line is, unless you've got the patience of a saint, don't waste your time, because you'll just get fucking annoyed and you'll just get frustrated and fucking bored. And it's, you know, it's just absolutely fucking pointless. And eventually you'll start getting into the whole thing of reloading your autosave, which does absolutely fuck all good, but you'll convince yourself that it's doing some good and it's going to improve your chances. It doesn't change a fucking thing. In fact, I'll prove it. So let's load me autosave. Now obviously this autosave was generated when I got out of my fighter when I first arrived at this trading post. So now that time that I spent waiting has gone. It's as if it didn't exist, and it's starting from scratch again. So you got 4 ships coming in. That's a hauler, there's an explorer, that is a shuttle. Oh, it isn't, that's a fighter. It looks the right kind, but I mean, let's see what the fucking stats are. B, 34 plus 9. No fucking good at all. It's worse than the one I've got. And that's what your gameplay experience will be if you do this. So ignore those videos that say, oh yeah, it turns up in, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's the first ship that lands, Yeah, it might have been for them, going on the assumption that they haven't edited their video. Yeah, it's the odds of it happening are astronomical. And it is not going to happen to you. Right, before I finish, I have hit the unit cap. I have 4,294,967,295, and that is the maximum number of units you can have in the game. It doesn't matter what I sell, I will not earn a single unit from it, unless I obviously, buy something and spend some of these units that I've amassed. Despite that, I am still crafting the old fusion igniters and stasis devices. I'm keeping them on my freighter, so I should have I'll be building them up. So I'll, follow the example of someone I read about. If anybody wants units, I've got some of these to sell. Although, obviously, that depends on who asks, because if you've already got billions, don't expect me to give you any of these. Something else I did. I don't know if the freighter warp upgrades were removed from the game temporarily and they only came back in 1.7. Or if it was just the fact that I didn't bother checking the blueprints that were available. But yeah, I finally found all 4 of these, so I've upgraded me freighter's hyperdrive. I can now jump 1,996.2 light years in the freighter, which is close to double what I can do in my Starship. Well, in this Starship I can only jump 100. In my hauler I can jump 1,007, which is okay, it's nothing remarkable. Obviously if I had an Explorer I could do a lot more than that. I think if I had the Explorer I could do a lot more than my freighter can. But it's the best I can do at the moment. I haven't got an Explorer. I'd only be interested in a Class S Explorer. I have no interest in going to one of these systems and spending fucking hours, days, weeks, whatever, waiting for it to fucking show up. So yeah. What's this one? B. Yep. So again, no fucking good. So this really is not No Man's Sky at its best. It's fucking... This is the game at its most boring, at its most tedious. So my recommendation is to not bother going all out looking for a particular S-class ship, because the odds are so astronomically stacked against you. So just play the game, and if you happen to find an S-class hauler, or the S-class ship that you want, great, take advantage of it when you can, but don't go expecting it. Right, one other detail I forgot to mention when it comes to guaranteed maxed out slots on the S-class ship, if it ever shows up, and that is that each ship type also has 3 variants, small, medium and large, particularly imaginative, but nevertheless. See, that is a large Explorer. Let's close to the max actually, 35 and 11. But I mean, you can obviously tell by looking at them whether they are going to be a large, a medium or a small, and the maximum slots that they can have varies accordingly. So you can find an S-class fighter, but if it's a small, it's only going to have 19 slots. Now if it's a medium, I think it has 33, 34, something like that. And if it's a large, actually no, if it's a medium it doesn't have anything like 30, I think it's 20 something, 28 I think. And then if it's a large, obviously it will have 38. And with the haulers, obviously the largest ones have 48, the mediums, if it's an S-class, I think have I think 40, and then the small have, looks like a small, yeah, it only has 27 slots. I think the smallest is 30 something, low 30s. So yes, so again, if you're looking for an S-class ship, yes, it will have the maximum slots. But if you've got either a, you know, if you're looking for a large and you encounter a small or a medium, yeah. So it's been just as much of a waste of fucking time. Even though you actually do encounter, oh look, there's another one of the ship types I'm looking for, and it's a fucking C, 31 plus 6, utterly fucking useless. But yeah, so even more sort of evidence there to suggest that you really will be wasting your fucking time. Right, well, I did give up, unsurprisingly. There was one amendment to make to what I've already said, and that is that there was one particular YouTube video maker, or whatever you want to describe them, and that is Zane's World, that particular channel. He's basically like the Elite Dangerous equivalent, the No Man's Sky equivalent of Cornelius Bryadis, or however you pronounce his name, for Elite Dangerous. Does a lot of analysis, goes into a lot of depth, and I mean a lot of depth. And in his videos, he was being realistic when saying, right, I found this particular S-class ship here, you can go to blah blah blah, shows you the coordinates, but then says, you know, be prepared to wait 2 hours plus to, you know, it's not going to just show up. The only one who did that. So yeah, kudos to him. But yeah, although I gave up waiting for the S-class, I did find a new ship, as you can see, because it looks absolutely identical to my previous one. But this is an A-rated ship, so damage plus 49%. I mean, the S-rated one will have at best plus 60%, so an extra 11. But as you can see from my current damage potential, 8,287.3, I'm not exactly suffering there. So, I mean, this is what I've got fitted to it then. So I've fully upgraded the shields, I've done the pulse engines, fully upgraded the photon cannon, fully upgraded the phase beam, got the efficient thrusters. And then there's the small matter of a fully upgraded cyclotron ballista and fully upgraded positron ejector. So this ship certainly deals some damage, It also damages my nanite clusters. I'm down to 28,749. I think it was only last week I had 45,000 of them. So yeah, I'm really spending the nanite clusters. Could do with making some more. I have been, you know, getting more, doing missions and whatever. But yes, it's going to be a while before I get it back up to the amounts I had. I don't know if there are any more pirate missions to do. Have a look. Well, there's a sort of freighter, but I really fucked up last time I did one of those. Hunt dangerous pirates, but it's paying in units. Well, there's no point in me doing anything for units because I can't earn anymore. That assaulting a freighter is paying in nanites as well. Tempting. Well, maybe I'll do an assault a freighter later on. But anyway, so the whole point of this video was just to say how ridiculous so many of these videos are. That say, oh yes, you can get your fucking you know, S-class ship in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's the first ship that arrives, and fuck off. Right, anyway, that will definitely do for this video then. So now go away.